up, everybody, and welcome back. It's T2T Wrestling, and we are in Extreme Rules. Yeah, very interesting, very interesting. So, I have Tim here, as always.
Hello, hello.
And I'm frustrated, but not cause of this match. Nah, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But I didn't get to watch the preview because it didn't work for me. So Tim will tell you what happened in the preview show. Go ahead, Tim, take it away.
Well, there was a lot of interesting thing happening in the preview show, mostly various interviews. They had a really good one with the New Day, but again, why did they ever break up the New Day? But the most interesting thing was, of course, that we talked about Liv Morgan had a match with Carmella, and well, they had that match on the pre-show, which I guess we should have expected, honestly, that it would be bumped down to there, but I actually think it worked really well. It really pushed up Carmella as the New Day, not the New Day, but as the modern day sort of mean girl,
Heel.
something like Lake. Yeah, she's really pushing this most beautiful woman in the world thing, because that always makes someone a villain when they do that. We know this. Anyone
Always.
who says they are the most beautiful in the world are by definition an asshole.
Oh yeah, definition asshole. Beautiful in the world, asshole.
But I mean, before the match started, Carmella was basically like, "I am beautiful, you are not. Therefore, I am better than you. Actually, Liv, you are very, very ugly, and you will never be as good as me because I'm pretty." Blah 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 blah. All the stuff that, again, people like Lay Cool and so on would have done back in the day. But
oh, I miss Lay Cool.
I miss Lay Cool a lot. I mean, I don't miss the Divas era, but there was some highlights.
Yeah, I don't miss the Divas era, but I miss some of the wrestlers I miss. I don't miss that whole era. I could just deal without that.
It certainly had highlights. Lay Cool was absolutely one of the best heel tag teams just in general. But I mean, I actually like this Carmella because honestly, Carmella as a heel was always a bit run of the mill ever since she lost the title. This one as just hyper arrogant ego beast. Actually, I think it suits her. I think it suits her to play it. Liv Morgan then attacked her. They fought back and forth. It was actually a pretty good match for a pre-show match. Eventually, Liv put her through the announce table, rolled her into the ring, pulled the finisher, and got the pinfall, as she should and as we had expected. I really think they're building Liv for something. I mean, they obviously did towards Money in the Bank, then changed their minds. But I think we're going to see Liv Morgan in a title match before too long.
I mean, I hope so.
It was a good match. They did really well. It wasn't the longest match, because again, pre-show, but they worked well with what they had.
Go Liv, go! Yay, Liv!
Yeah, and again, Carmella, this heel Carmella is actually is a lot more. We have complained about Carmella just not being interesting. This Carmella, again, it depends on what you think a heel character is interesting for, but she seems to enjoy playing it. That usually makes things better.
Alright, well, that's it for the pre-show. So now we got Extreme Rules, yay! Yeah. First match, we have the New Day. We have. Can you shut up so I can talk?
No.
Damn. We have a time limit here. We ain't got time for you to be all Mark. Okay.
Shut up.
Anyway, first match of the night was the New Day. All of the New Day. Xavier was Kofi Kingston and the new WWE Championship Big E versus Bobby Lashley, Omos, and AJ Styles, which was a match that we didn't even know was gonna happen. And I guess it was because they had like some kind of a brawl in the back during the pre-show, I guess.
Yeah, so that was what happened. They did the interview segment with the New Day, and then they were attacked, and now we have a fight.
Which I am so glad to see the whole New Day back together again.
Yes,
I love the New Day. They're like one of my favorite tag teams or factions, whatever you want to call it, ever. and
Yes, absolutely.
and to see them back again, I'm like, yes,
If WWE know what they're doing, they are drafting them together again.
yes. And hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't break up again, because I know they're having another draft on Friday, I think. So yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm talking about. They should draft them together again. These three should never have been split up in the first place. It's not like they couldn't. Yeah, I know they wanted to give Big E a run by himself, but I don't see the reason why they couldn't have done that while those three were together.
Yeah, I don't.
The best thing. They are literally the best thing WWE has in the
Yeah,
company right now.
yeah. That's what I was like wondering when I first. I'm like, why break them up? It was like no reason for that.
Nope.
None at all. Cause it could happen for Kofi. Why couldn't it happen for Big E at the same way?
Yeah, and I mean, and it wasn't like the people were tired of them.
No.
They got cheered as ever. I mean, the last 5 years they've probably been the single most consistently popular thing in the company. So let's break it up.
Yeah, let's break it up, cause I'm Vince McMahon. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I don't know if that one was Vince, but of course it has to go through. This was one of those matches we didn't know what was coming. This actually turned out to be my match of the evening.
Yeah, me too.
6-man tag matches are always tricky, especially when you have someone like Omos. This one was super.
I gotta give him Omos credit. He actually looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, he did.
He actually put. Yeah. Definitely, he actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, sparingly and able to, and he's starting to be able to sell.
Yeah.
They're allowing him to sell a little bit. That was when, I mean, Braun Strowman. Oh God, why the hell did you get rid of Braun Strowman? I'm still so obsessed about that. Anyway, Braun really started getting good again when they allowed him to have matches, when they allowed him to sell from time to time. If Omos can start doing that, I don't mind seeing him in the. Again, this was my surprise. This was not the one I had expected to be match of the evening, but
yeah,
it really was. They were super well together.
This is probably one of my. If I had to pick top 3, this is probably one of my top 3 matches of the night for me.
Absolutely. And again, 6-man tag matches can be, multi-man tag matches can be very difficult to pull off. As anything more again than a spectacle. This was actually again a really good match.
I mean, really good. Awesome. If you could only watch this one match, this would be it.
yeah. 100%. I mean, there is always, we always have. If you have to watch just one match from SummerSlam, it would probably be the U.S. title match.
Yeah.
If you have to watch one match from this one, it would be this one. There's no question about that. It was really good. New Day ended up winning.
Of course, New Day had it.
Of course.
You knew they had to win, because that would be like that was their first match back together in pay-per-view.
Yeah,
that would have been like, suck if they didn't win. I'm like, wait, what?
yeah. And there's also like Big E needs to keep some momentum.
Yeah, definitely.
Unless they are taking the title away from Big E, immediately, and it does.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you haven't watched Raw between Bobby Lashley and Big E for the belt, go watch that. That shit was good too. You should go watch that too. That was good.
I haven't done that. I need to look that up because I wanted to watch it, but I haven't watched it yet.
I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm just gonna go find that match is the match of that night of Raw. That was a good match, but
that is awesome because it's always like we've always said Lashley has difficulties having like really good matches. Unless they happen to be with Drew McIntyre, basically. So
no, I think this was a good match for Bobby Lashley and everything else. But let's move on. We're gonna move on. So we got the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. We got the Usos versus the Street Profits.
We said this was going to be a good match because these two teams work well together.
And damn if it wasn't.
This is one of those there's very little to say about. We expected the Street Profits to win. But I mean, I'm not angry at the Usos keeping the title.
Yeah.
I'm really not. It's one of those. There wasn't like a big storyline that set up that the Street Profits had to win now. No, this is fine. It was a good match.
It was a good,
really good match.
decent match from, two tag teams who are pretty decent with each other. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think it was quite as good as I had expected it to be.
It could be better.
But I do wonder how much of that was just me having too high expectations. Because when I watched it the second time, I was like, this is better than when I saw it the first time. Still wasn't like a 5-star match in any way, but it was good. It was good. Credit to both teams.
Agreed.
I think it was. Wait, was that one where they? Oh yeah, I think. By the way, it wasn't that one where we had, without question, the metaphor of the night. Let me just pull up my notes here. Yes, Angelo Dawkins has the ability of a ninja while being built like a Clydesdale. Thank you for that one, Pat McAfee. That one actually made me giggle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Again,
I mean, it was a good match. That's all I gotta say about that. Ain't much to say.
yeah, that's fine. Nothing.
So, let's go to the next one, shall we?
Yeah.
This is where things get interesting.
Well, that's one word for it.
So we got the World Women's Championship match. Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss. Wow. I gotta say, between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, when they go out at each other, for me it's always like a good match, because I always have like good matches and stuff like that.
This one was the second best match of the evening.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, me too. I really enjoyed beginning to end from this match.
Perspective.
Yeah.
From a wrestling perspective, this was the second best match of the evening, and would have been if the New Day and Lashley and Styles hadn't put on a clinic. It was just really, really good. Well, let's get down to it. Charlotte won.
Yeah, Charlotte won.
Charlotte won and then tore up Lily.
And destroyed Lily.
Destroyed the doll. And this is when the first shot of the evening was fired across my... What the hell is the point of all of this radar?
This is my thought. So, if maybe they want to scratch this whole Alexa Bliss thing with the doll and everything.
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense.
And so, destroy the doll, and maybe she snaps out of it and goes back to being the regular, like, 5-foot Fury Alexa Bliss or whatever, something like that. Maybe.
Fine,
Or maybe just piss her off a little bit more and she gets more crazier. Yeah. I don't know, because it's like, I go, if she's done, like, if she doesn't want to play this character anymore, it can't really be like, okay, guys, I'm not gonna play this character anymore. They gotta kill it somehow.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I can also see. I mean, I just see on various forums, some people don't like it, but I mean, smarts don't like anything that are basically not AJ Styles anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how unpopular it is. I don't know how popular. This is just, again, you have set this up for half a year. You have built up this character, you've built up this storyline, and then
then what?
Absolutely no payoff.
None whatsoever. No, it's like no belts, no nothing. It's just okay.
You could so easily have done this by having Alexa win it, and then come out on I can't remember where they are. Come out on Raw, and like, ha ha ha! I cheated all of you. I was never crazy to begin with.
Yeah.
Bye Lily. Now I'm back to whatever she used to call 5 feet of Fury Alexa or whatever.
Or whatever. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
At least that would have been a payoff to a storyline. This one just feels weird. I don't mind Charlotte winning. Everyone knows I am a Charlotte fanboy. I'm also an Alexa fanboy. That's why probably also I love this match. It was a really good match. Two amazing wrestlers. I don't mind Charlotte as champion. I don't understand what the hell the point was of all of this if they're just going to let Alexa lose, Lily be destroyed, and
And Alexa basically lost her mind at the end. You could like, oh, I just
yeah.
there was actually a thank you chat for Lily. I'm like, y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
like y'all are nuts. Like what y'all do? It's a doll. I'm thanking Lily. She just
but at the same time, that's like obviously the gimmick is not super unpopular.
right. I
Some
mean,
might not
people
like it,
not
but
like it, but I'm like, a lot of people do like it. So it's kind of like, what the heck are you doing, WWE?
this is just this was my reaction. My reaction was more like, okay, so what was the point of all of that?
Yeah, exactly. That was
What the point of all of that?
I actually had like a face a lot of time on these matches. I'm just like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
why? It's like,
What? Huh? Who?
huh?
What?
I'm like, and then like goes after. I'm like, okay, maybe they want to scrap the fucking character. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
That is very possible. It's also possible that she'll return completely unhinged,
Maybe.
like they tried to do with Dean Ambrose about a couple of years ago. There is various possibilities. Again, I have said it many times before. In the end, if you want to do wrestling with storylines, the storylines have to matter. Otherwise, just do wrestling as wrestling. Screw the storylines. Just have the matches. And in that case, you can even fit in like 3 or 4 extra matches because you don't have to spend a lot of time on backstage bullshit. If you want to do that, I'm fine. I'll watch that. I like wrestling. But if you want to do it with storylines as you do now, if you want to do sports entertainment, your stories need to have a payoff. They need to matter. And this one has just been apparently 6 months of a waste of time.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
I mean,
WWE.
we'll see what happens. I mean,
Yeah, we'll see.
see
It
how
might
it-
turn out. It might turn out for the best. Again, I don't have a problem with the outcome of the match, and I'm really just confused about why. What was the point?
let's move on, because it just gets
Yeah.
better.
Oh yeah, well, certain levels are better.
Yeah. So
Um,
you got the United States Championship.
yeah.
Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus versus Damian Priest.
Damian Priest. I think this was a good match. Oh, not a bad match. Good match might be too much. I don't think this was a bad match, but I think it would have been better if it just stayed a singles match with Sheamus.
I think it was a decent match.
It's fine. Again, wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. Cause I mean, I don't think none of these guys could make a bad match, but it's like,
No.
it's okay. It wasn't like the
It's
greatest
fine.
match in the world, but yeah, it was fine.
Maybe it was just me. I felt like the flow was off. It just felt better when there were only 2 people in the ring at the time.
Yeah.
I still think they should have just have done Damian Priest versus Sheamus again. Apparently they also did that on Raw, and that was apparently also a pretty good match.
Yep.
So I'm also going to be seeing that, of course. But I just think they should have had that one to begin with, or just against Jeff Hardy. It just felt to me like it worked better when there was only 2 people in the ring. Then it was a really good match, and then I don't know. Again, it sounds like I'm hitting on this match. I'm really not. It was fine. It was just no more than fine, and I think a singles match could have been really good.
I think it could have been better.
Yeah.
But
Priest retains,
Yep.
as he should, of course.
and then there was a
that
respect
was
level
fine.
between Priest and Jeff Hardy, and then looks like Sheamus got jealous or mad or whatever. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the ending was fine. The last couple of minutes was just before the pin was fine, because that was the time where, they sped up the tempo and had near falls, and it felt like a triple threat somehow, instead of just 3 people in the ring. But yeah, Priest retains. That's unlike the SummerSlam one where we raved about the Damian Priest match. This one was just okay, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Not a
me
bad
me
match.
too. It wasn't a bad. It wasn't a bad match. It was okay.
Don't need to be disappointed in it, or they don't need to be embarrassed about it or anything. But just okay, it was a match. It was fun. No more.
No more, no less, guys. That's it. Bye. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the next match. I need to take a deep breath. Okay, alright. Next match, we got the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me just start out by saying, then I'll let you go. These two are really good in the ring.
Oh, I'm not gonna go. I have nothing bad to say about this. This is fucking great. Fantastic. It's great.
Okay, great.
I loved it.
You can go.
Match of the night.
Yeah, I just want to say these two are really good in the ring.
Well, I'm glad that first of all they actually had a match, so that was good. I didn't think that was. I honestly think that was gonna happen.
No, as we expected. Once they actually start having an actual match, it was a really good match.
It really was. I really liked that match. So then,
do you have anything to say about this match?
I mean, otherwise? You know, there were some close calls and stuff, and you know,
there was another one of those where they have a ponytail,
right, mess with her hair and stuff like that. You know, that's all. And you know, she got her like this armor and yeah, and this stuff, and then the guest came by and. You know, she had, and then you know. Bianca had Becky, got her almost the kiss of death, and guess who shows up? Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
And ruins everything.
Wait, Sasha came along. I didn't.
Yeah, she came along. You didn't know, man.
It's so nice to,
it's so good to say Sasha again, and then I missed her so much. Yeah. Hey, girl. Like, oh god, here we go.
We really needed Sasha.
We really needed not to finish a match for yeah.
As you might be able to tell our beloved audience, there was shenanigans. Well, you should know because you could have watched it. Yeah. There was shenanigans. Sasha came in and caused a DQ in favor of Bianca, which of course does nothing for anyone.
But yeah.
And so I was like, my notes are, man, I wish the circumstances of why the match came up had been better because both of them deserved that. Good match. And then came the ending, and then my notes are, so what was with that ending? Do we seriously need another triple threat thing right now? And I will give them a chance to pay this off, but holy heck, how have Becky's return been mishandled that badly? This is probably the easiest success story the WWE could have made in 2021. How the fuck did they fuck it up this bad?
Because they're WWE. So give them some credit.
Basically.
I was like, okay, why? Like, I understand that she was supposed to have a match at Money in the Bank for the belt. I get it. I understand. I get it. I feel you. Hey, I understand, girl. I'm on your side on that one. But why interrupt the match? You could have just went after the fact. Could have went on Friday. Whatever. I don't know. This is like one of those things where it's like, well, what the fuck?
This was my second time of the evening where my only real reaction was, what the hell was the point of all of that?
Yeah. Exactly. I had a little bit of rationality with the last like women's championship match. Okay, maybe that makes sense in my head, but this right here, no, I have nothing. I have nothing. I have no words. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like if I could just put like a gift of my face when I see this match, and I'm like, what the hell was that? I thought it was funny when Becky was like, hey guys, like, hey girl, 4 Horsemen, you're cool, right? And she just beat her ass up. That was funny.
Yeah. No, I get that. It's just all like, 3 of them are really good. It's not that I dislike seeing Sasha Banks.
I love Sasha Banks. She's like one of like my top but I'm just like, not now. I mean,
There was no point in this.
unless you're gonna bring back Bailey, and we're gonna have this four-way thing that Tim been wanting all this time. What is the point?
That's with Charlotte. That's not with Bianca.
I know. I'm not saying with Bianca.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if they bring in Bailey and that Bianca, because they're all back pretty much except for Bailey. So I'm like, okay.
I want to see that match. I admit it. I will always want to see that match. But again, yeah, this was just. Why not just finish the match then and have Charlotte come out? Why have her interfere? What is the point? Where is the payoff of this? The only payoff I can think of is now we're going to have a triple threat. We don't
Need a.
triple
We
threat.
really don't need a triple threat. We don't. We don't need it.
We really need.
Hello, ding ding. Hello, ding dong. We don't need a triple threat.
What you really need right now, WWE, is to make up for the fact that you utterly botched Becky's return. And
Yeah.
you don't do that by having a
Like, I would not.
shenanigans ending and then for a
I
triple
w-
threat fucking match.
I would not have been mad if, because I mean, we already said that Becky would retain her title.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't give a shit how she retained her title. If she got clean or with shenanigans, doesn't matter. But finish the fucking match, not I don't know, some damn DQ, and because Sasha, I'm just like, no, like, what the fuck?
I mean, Becky should absolutely retain. There
There was no
question
reason,
about it.
yeah, which was fine. But I'm like,
Especially since, I mean, the next one to come up is Crown Jewel, of course, but the next one after that is Survivor Series, and I'm sure they are building for Charlotte versus Becky.
yeah,
100%.
I'm sure they
Just
are.
because we have, I mean, it's not that we haven't seen that match 100 million times before.
But it's been a while.
Also good matches, and it has been quite a while now, for obvious reasons. So I again, that makes perfect sense. We'll talk about Crown Jewel later on, so I'm certain. But I guess at Crown Jewel we're now going to see Sasha versus Becky versus Bianca, and
I
my
don't mean,
response to
I
that is,
guess.
well, okay, sure, why not? Why
Sure,
not?
why not? What the
Yeah.
what the hell, sure, yeah.
Don't care.
Sure.
It's going to be a worse match than it could have been.
But yeah, Becky retains through via disqualification. Tasha
Again,
pretty much kicked
there
her with ass, and that was that.
I just have one thing to say. We said it before, and we say it again. We said it before SummerSlam when things then went off the rails and so on. I love Sasha. Toya loves Sasha. We all love Sasha. Sasha has been part of the title picture for now 9 months, basically constantly on and off. There are other women in your company you need to give that shot to, guys. Just sometimes. Just get her out of there.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Make
True.
the damn secondary women's title belt and start having those feuds. Make it the United States Women's Champion. I don't care. Just do some again. Okay, yeah, sure. There was Bianca won by DQ. Becky retained.
Yep.
So there we go.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Well, just okay. Are you ready for the next match?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
100%.
Alright, well, we got the Universal Championship match, and the things just get better. Got the Finn.
Let me just say one thing.
So we got the Universal Championship match. Finn Balor, the Demon versus Roman Reigns. This is Extreme Rules, so there is no rules. So.
Yeah, that is the first rule of Extreme Rules is no rules.
Yep.
Except for the Extreme Rules.
Yeah. As long as they're extreme and there's no rules, they're extreme rules. Cause yeah. Well, this was an interesting. This is actually a pretty good match up until
This
the
was
end.
an amazing match. If anyone says Reigns can't have, this has to shut everyone up who still say that Reigns can't have a good match.
Oh
I
yeah.
know people used to say Reigns can't have a good match. He's all, 5 moves of doom, Cena reborn. Can't be on the mic. Well, he's still not very good on the mic, but no. He can't have a good. He can have. He has had. Reigns have had some amazing matches in 2021. Wrestling wise, it's probably been his best year. It's just too bad I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was a good. I mean, it was a really good match. There was some.
Yeah.
I mean,
the first 19 minutes and the match was 19 minutes and 45 seconds. The first 19 minutes was glorious.
oh, definitely.
Really good. Would have been my match of the evening if it hadn't been for the last 45 seconds.
Yeah.
You wanna tell?
No. No. You go ahead.
You wanna talk about it?
No.
Well, okay. I mean, it was a super good match. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
The Usos.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joel. The Usos made interference. Balor pulled that one out of.
It's not really interference. There's no rules.
No, again. Oh, okay. They still interfered in the match. Okay, even if it wasn't like.
Oh yeah. Cause I mean, there's close calls, and they came in and helped his cousin, cause bloodline, and yeah, I get it.
Absolutely, as it should be. Reigns hit a spear through Balor through the barricade, which again is one of those things that are always cool to see.
Oh yeah, always.
We had the supernatural thing where flashing red and a heartbeat and the demon Ray gets to his feet.
That was pretty cool.
That was so cool. Everyone was so amped about.
Oh, it was so great, man. I was like, oh shit, this is it.
Beats him in the wheelchair, puts him through the table, gets him back in the ring, gets on the top rope for the coup de grace, and the top rope snaps. Finn Balor goes to the ground. Roman Reigns spears him and takes a 1, 2, 3 for retaining the title.
Yeah.
Good job, WWE.
Good job.
You have.
Well,
I don't think you could manage to outdo yourself. You did it. I'm impressed.
I don't know, like the SmackDown before, the Montez was going against Roman Reigns, and and he went on like the announcer's desk, and it just collapsed. I'm like, I don't know if they're trying to do something here with this whole like these accident fucking things or whatever, but I don't like it.
I am sure it's going to be revealed that it was, I'm sure it's going to be. I am sure that now we're going to have the Brock Lesnar match at Crown Jewel, and it's been played up like, what's his face? Heyman,
yeah, Paul Heyman.
Where he stands. He can betray Roman. He can do. I am sure he's going to make Roman win, make Roman beat Brock. Then it's going. I also made sure the demon fell off the rope and Montez forward. Blah blah blah. I'm sure that's the payoff, and I just.
The look.
You know what? I don't care.
The look.
You remember saying that I should. I remember you telling me that I should be, taking deep breath before I watch this match, and at the end, I wasn't angry. Still not angry. I just don't care. Not gonna watch any. I'm not gonna watch a Roman Reigns match again until he loses the title.
I mean, you have to watch it. It's part of the job.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I just have to.
Well, it doesn't even matter because he's never going to lose.
No.
Ever. Okay? Like, he beats the demon. Demon never lost. He's never going to lose. He's going to have the belt forever. We're going to forever have the bloodline. Fucking acknowledge him. Fine, I acknowledge him. Done.
I acknowledge you 100%, Roman. I just don't care. The WWE has...
I just don't...
I have been Roman Reigns' biggest... I have talked up Roman Reigns. Oh, back when he was a face, back when everyone hated him, I talked him up. I said he's better than people give him credit for. When he turned heel, I was like, now you can see how good he actually really is. At this point, WWE has managed to get me into the 8 deadly words. I don't care what happens with this wrestler. I don't care what happens to this title. I don't care. There is no... They have had 4 opportunities with the Cesaro match to do something really spectacular with this. Give us a really good storyline climax every time they have fucked it up, and I just don't care.
Agreed.
They have managed to do again for the last 5 years. WWE has managed to repeatedly make their main title
I
irrelevant.
just don't.
First by keeping it on Brock for forever, and now this. And it just
I just
why would I watch the next match?
don't.
We know what's going to happen.
I just don't understand why they couldn't just have him just lose, even if it was just for like till Friday, whatever.
The only thing that makes sense for me is that the Saudis have said we want to see Reigns versus Brock with the title. It's the only thing that makes sense for me, and even then,
Damn
that
Saudis.
could be fixed better than this.
I mean,
it's the only thing that makes sense to me, because otherwise,
so then what?
I know a lot of people still like Reigns as the heel. I like Reigns as the heel.
I like Reigns at the Hills too, but if he's gonna constantly be dominated and like who, like I guess The Rock is supposed to be the one who, it's like no, like this no, this no.
It's not even that he. It's not even that he has had the title for over a year. It's not that he. I think he has held the title for too long, but that's because all of his matches all of his feuds are the same, literally the same. He hasn't had a feud variety in a year. It's been the same every single time. Acknowledge me. I acknowledge you. I still want to fight you. Acknowledge me.
Right.
I'm the head of the table. Okay, good, fine. Sit there.
Right,
So,
I would have liked to see. This is what I would have. This is what
I don't care.
in my head what I would have liked to have seen. Right, like Dame, like the Finn wins the belt, and then that the Usos kept their belt. So then there's like a little bit of jealousy between Roman and like not keeping his belt. And stuff like that, and maybe like having like a little something like between these two or something like that. I mean, I know they did this before, but it's like
before, have Roman chase.
Right, have a chase.
Roman has been having chase. Trying to play. I mean, that could be the greatest storyline. We have this ultimate acknowledge me, I'm the best ever. You know, head of the table. Story bloodline, greatest ever. Except I just lost the title.
Right.
Now what?
Right.
It would be an amazing storyline.
It really would. I mean,
so okay, he loses it to Brock in Crown. He's not losing it to Brock in Crown Jewel. He's losing it to Brock in Crown Jewel. That, by the way, yeah, no. Honestly, maybe
you're breaking up.
Just be like WWE. Yeah, well,
you broke up.
Roman will. Sorry.
You broke up. Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just saying that would be just like WWE, right? To give the title. Okay, we'll finally take the title off Roman. We'll give it to Brock Lesnar. But I mean, it's just if Roman loses to Lesnar, who cares? Who cares? The storyline doesn't work because Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar. That storyline could work with anyone else, but listen, Roman should have lost the title at Mania. Not because Roman was stale, but just because the story demanded that Edge fucking wins. I still do not see how you could avoid doing that. Just for the moment. Then he should honestly have lost it to Cesaro. We knew he wouldn't. He should have lost it to Cesaro, and then he definitely should have lost it at SummerSlam.
Oh, there's been so many times he should have lost
it.
It
was like, the Demon has never lost a match. He can go into Crown Jewel without the title. In that case, we wouldn't know who's going to win with Brock. And it doesn't matter because we would actually want to see the match because we didn't care which one of the two idiots were going to walk out with it. There is so much story potential that has been squandered, and I cannot see the end game. And it has gotten me to a point where I just don't care.
Tim don't care, guys. I don't know how many times I've said that.
I need to watch all. Nope.
Well,
WWE needs to be very happy that I need to watch these pay-per-views on the network, because if it was just buying pay-per-views, I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't care, honestly.
Well, guys, that's it. We don't care. We're careless. But
Yep.
that was the
We,
end. Roman contains the fucking rope broke. We hate fucking WWE. Anyways, what would you rate this fucking pay-per-view?
As the entire pay-per-view,
Yeah.
D minus.
Okay.
This was probably the worst pay-per-view I can remember having seen since I got back to wrestling in 2015. I was out of wrestling for about 3 years, since 2012, just because it was really difficult to watch. It was before the network and was almost impossible to watch in Denmark. Since I got back to wrestling in 2014-15, this was without question the worst pay-per-view I've seen. The only thing that kept this pay-per-view above water was that amazing six-man tag team match, the six-man tag match. That alone is what makes me not give it a failing grade.
Okay, well. Good to know.
It's just me. I have never been so disappointed in a WWE pay-per-view that I can remember. Not since the fucking invasion angle.
Yeah, okay, well. I don't know what else to say. Oh, fuck it. If we're talking about grade, it's probably a D. Like I said, the match of the night for me was that the six-man match for me.
Absolutely, it was super good.
No, I enjoyed the Alexa Bliss and Charlotte match. I didn't understand I didn't like the ending part, but. Like you said, it's just like one of these matches, just one of these pay-per-views where it's like, and they just failed a lot of things. Like, I don't know, but yeah,
I feel like they're failing the most
basic things like they could possibly
the
say.
Basic stuff that you need to do as a wrestling company. No, the good guys don't always have to win. That's not what I'm saying. But you need to have a logical progression in your storyline. You have to do that. Otherwise, you turn into Vince Russo. And I don't want to see another greased midget on a pole match for the TV.
Yeah! Woo! Hey guys, well. Hey guys.
Anyway, Crown Jewel next.
Yep. Well, Crown Jewel, since it's on a Thursday, we will be having that video come out on Wednesday. Because usually we record on Wednesdays, but yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit differently, so because it comes out on Thursday.
We might even watch it together.
Since it comes out so late or early in the morning, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so we might actually get to see a show together, sort of. I mean, 8,000 miles apart, but still.
Well, that's what the internet's for. Anyways, so guys, thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Maybe y'all enjoyed it. Maybe y'all see something different than us. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see you guys.
If you do, leave a comment.
Yeah. Leave a comment, like, and sub, and all that other, and tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell all your people. Bye.
Bye.